Tubers, Tubettes, and of course my favorite group, Crazy People. I'm going to emphasize something very strongly right here, right now. This is an adult-themed video. If there are kids within earshot or eyeshot of it, get rid of them. Maybe females, maybe you. I'm with my friend Goldfinger and my friend Monty. And there was an email sent to Goldfinger over a month ago that is extremely sexual in nature, fetishy, and we just thought it was hysterical when we read it. And we can't figure out if it's a spoof or if it's reality. So I took a month before I decided to go ahead and share this with you, just because of the theme and the content itself. So forewarned is forearmed. If you're squeamish about this kind of stuff, tune out now. I love you. I'll see you in the next video, hopefully. But if you want a little something different, go ahead and tune on in. And in just a second, I'm going to have Goldfinger read this email that we received from one of my subscribers. Okay, here it comes. Alrighty, kids. Well, I'm here with the infamous duo of Goldfinger and Monty, and I want to reiterate something very strongly here before we get going on this, is that this is adult content. If you're watching this or listening to it in your car or on the TV, and there's little kids in the room, if there's a parakeet in the room, you don't want the damn thing to hear this because it might repeat it. And if you are queasy whatsoever on things of a kind of a kinky sexual nature, yeah. I would say tune out right here, right now. Forewarned is forearmed. I've never done a video like this with this kind of as graphic as this. There's been innuendos in the past, but that's just, for humor's sake. I can't figure out, and Goldfinger can't figure out, and Monty can't figure out if what we're going to tell you is real or if it's been made up. The long story short is, how long ago did you read this email?
It's a little bit over a month ago.
Okay, so about a month ago, Goldfinger contacts me and he says, I've got to forward you this email.
You're not going to believe it.
I had no idea how to reply to it.
And I read it.
A little over the top.
I have to confess, we get a lot of not a lot, but there's a fair share, I receive at least,
me too,
long-winded emails from people. And I tend to just sort of skim through them because they always start off with the same phrase, a little about me. And then 8 pages later,
and I have to hear their whole life story.
Then there's some questions usually.
Starts in 1972 and works its way up from there.
Why I'm coming,
and I
where
confess,
I've done, where I've been.
I'm sorry if you're one of those that have written me those emails. I really don't read them all.
Yeah.
I just kind of scan them. This one got my attention. Okay.
This one
got
everybody's
attention. And what we're trying to
attention.
find out, and what we want to ask you, Goldfinger's going to read it verbatim. Obviously, we're going to use the man's first name only because it's a common name. We're not going to give out any locations, but it speaks for itself. So I'm going to go ahead and shut up, and we're just going to go ahead and allow Goldfinger to read the email. Take it away, Goldie.
And you know why you picked me to read it.
Yeah.
You're going to get your 99 cents for it this month.
This isn't a members only. This is
not a members only?
No, this is a regular video.
Uh-oh.
Can you do that?
We're going to find out.
Verbatim?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm giving viewer warning, and I'm going to give it on the thumbnail.
Okay.
I'm going to say viewer discretion.
He did give me his phone number. He did give me his email address. He gave me his city that he's from, texting
Skype.
His Skype information. So I'm pretty much sure it was an earnest letter to me, okay, and not a joke. And I actually got a follow-up letter, but we're going to start with the first one.
Yeah.
Dear Goldfinger, greetings from the United Kingdom. My name is Peter, and I recently turned 78. I've decided to visit the Philippines for the first time later this year. I've seen you in Paul's Old Dog YouTube videos, and you strike me as someone who understands the pleasures of life. Much like myself. Hence, I am reaching out to you with a rather delicate matter. To be direct, I'm not interested in the culture, the cuisine, or the scenic beauty of the country, of the Philippines. My visit is driven by a singular purpose: sexual gratification. At my advanced age, my physical capabilities have waned. My penis no longer becomes erect. Even with the assistance of medication, the only way I can achieve an orgasm is through prostate stimulation and anal licking.
Ah, God.
Now, it gets worse.
I warned you people.
That's how it starts off. There's a finish too. At my local massage parlor, I found that if the masseuse uses her fingers to stimulate my prostate while simultaneously licking my anus, oh my
God, what was
testicles and flaccid penis,
Flaccid.
I can achieve quite a significant orgasm with a small spurt of semen
oh my God.
from my limp penis in about 30 to 45 minutes.
Oh,
Hey,
Lord.
Monty,
Give him a hand.
can you relate?
No.
My question to you, thank God, let's get to it, is straightforward. Is this type of service available in the Philippines?
You can put this in your ebook.
Oh my God, shit, I'm stupid. What is the expected cost, and what is the best method to secure such services? Do you know any professionals who offer this, or have any advice or connections that could assist me in fulfilling this need? Through my research and life experiences, I've learned that the Asiatic women from the Orient are quite skilled in providing such services. Given this, I am contemplating the idea of courting one and perhaps keeping her as a type of Oriental mistress for certain periods of time. Would this be the best approach to ensure I receive the gratification that I seek? I would greatly appreciate a FaceTime video call, not fucking happening, on my Facebook or Skype at the earliest convenience. It's not happening. Your insights would be invaluable to me. I look forward to your guidance on this matter. Best regards, Peter. And all my contact information is below. Now that was the first letter.
That was bad enough.
And Paul said, don't touch it.
I said, don't reply. Don't reply.
We're going to go on to,
But if you guys want his Facebook, or what's it called? WhatsApp, or what is it? FaceTime?
FaceTime,
Yeah, we'll hand it
Skype.
out to you. You can just PM Goldfinger.
At this point, we all need a cold drink. Before I get to the second story, which is almost as bad as the first email I got.
Yeah, here we go.
Second email.
Stay
Dear
tuned,
Goldfinger,
kids.
I hope you don't mind, but I have a few more questions that have come to my mind as I delve deeper into my plans. I feel like he's going like this at this point, you know? Yeah, like, oh my God, okay. Firstly, as a wheelchair-bound gentleman, and I use that word loosely, gentlemen.
Gentlemen.
Okay, I am quite concerned about accessibility. Are there any establishments that cater specifically to individuals with mobility issues? I wouldn't want to miss out on any pleasures due to the lack of a ramp or elevator. Additionally, have you encountered any fellow pleasure seekers who are also confined to a wheelchair?
Do you know other perverts like me?
Any tips or stories from their experiences would be greatly appreciated. I don't know, I think he's getting off on the story. Sex shops. Are there any reputable sex shops in the area where I could acquire certain accessories for my adventures?
How do you define a reputable sex shop?
Well, he's a gentleman. He'll find it.
That's true.
I have a particular fondness for a well-made feather duster and an assortment of lubricants. I am also interested in purchasing a high-quality sex swing. Do you know of any places that sell sturdy, ceiling-mounted swings?
Sturdy.
My old bones need something reliable and secure. Unique positions. Now he's going to go into details.
Yeah.
Given my limited mobility, I am curious if there are any professionals who are experienced in accommodating unique positions for pleasure. For instance, please don't. Suspending myself from the roof in a sex swing sounds exhilarating, but requires a fair amount of support and expertise. Role playing. I have a penchant for elaborate role-playing scenarios. Do you know of any companions who are particularly skilled in this area? I'm thinking along the lines of a British naval officer captured by pirates or a high-ranking lord being attended by his maid. I'm breaking a sweat. Medical considerations. As a precaution, are there any local doctors who make discreet house calls? It's always good to have a backup plan in case things get a bit too intense. It would be wise to bring my own medical kit just in case. I wouldn't want a minor scrape or bruise to ruin the fun. Transportation and security. This is an ebook, but it's not an ebook for the regular.
No.
Transportation security. What is the best mode of transportation for someone in my condition to navigate the city's less accessible areas? Would a tuk-tuk or a specially outfitted jeepney be more appropriate? Also, is there a risk of my wheelchair getting stolen if left outside? Should I bring a lock or some other safer alternatives? Accommodation. Do you know of any hotels that offer rooms with reinforced ceilings? Comfort and safety are paramount.
This is the Philippines, dude. I don't think you're going to find that.
I should look for is there any amenities I should look for in booking a room to ensure seamless experience? Local folklore and remedies. Are there any local aphrodisiacs or remedies that you would recommend? I've heard some rather intriguing tales, and I'm eager to try anything that might enhance the experience. I apologize if my questions seem rather detailed, but I believe in being thoroughly prepared. Your assistance in these matters is deeply appreciated. I look forward to for your knowledgeable response. Like, what makes them think I have knowledge in those areas? I don't know. And thank you once again for your time and patience. Best regards, Peter.
And then his contact information.
All of it.
All of it.
Yeah, how to reach him and everything else.
So my
question
for you guys is, we get spoofed a lot when you're on social media, you're out there.
Yeah.
And so people will send you
catfish stuff.
Catfish is a good phrase. Yeah, they'll try to hook you in and act nice to you just to get you to respond.
And sell you something.
And then I think if you respond, it helps them find your contact information. So you get what is it, catfished?
Yeah.
So what I'm worried about is well, I'm not worried about it, but I'm trying to figure out if you guys think that this is legitimate, or do you think that it's just a spoof? And because it is so far out there and so outlandish, and why do you think he picked you?
Yeah, why would he think you know all this stuff?
Why would he think that you would know all this kind of stuff, Goldfinger?
Well, I put the ebook out, and the ebook says everything you want to know about the Philippines.
Okay.
That's how it starts off. Specifically Dumaguete, but everything you want to know when you arrive to the Philippines. Everything is a very
broad spectrum.
Yes, category. That part right there will not be in the ebook. Okay, that information.
You're not. Now you don't. Now hotels,
I'm not admitting to knowing it. I'm just saying that anything like that would not be in the ebook.
So this is obviously a gentleman that, if it's true, has never been to the Philippines, because he would already know that you can't go into a hotel and ask the staff, are your ceilings reinforced? I mean, to me, that was the most ridiculous question out of all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, the other stuff, I know he's kinky and he wants to have a swing, and he's
Why would he
into
talk about his flaccid penis and others? Some parts of it seems to be like they're trying to set me up.
Right.
And other parts of it seems like he's earnest. Like he's put thought into this.
Right.
Maybe he put thought in it only to get me to respond. I don't know. I don't know, but yes, I will not be responding.
I swear, the first time you read that out loud to us, I like to die laughing. I just couldn't believe that somebody could be that far out there.
Mike from Philippines.
Mike's Philippine retirement.
Yeah, Mike's Philippine retirement. We were all with Mike at another blogger.
Yeah.
And Mike says, I get the strangest vlogs. And I says, the strangest emails from people. And I says, no, I got the strangest, and I read it.
You got the winner,
and we
that's
were
for sure.
on the floor, I'll be honest. We were on the floor.
Oh, my God.
Okay? So he says, yeah, that takes the cake. That is the absolute strangest email.
And that's the one thing I want to make the thrust of this video is, I'm hoping that you guys got the same giggle out of it that we did.
Yeah.
Just by the absurdity of the questions that were asked and how far out they were. I mean, the whole thing about it, first of all, it's his age. He's obviously got to go through this whole rigmarole just to find some sort of sexual gratification. And it's all this elaborate stuff. And then he includes role-playing. Now, wasn't there a second email, or did you already read that?
I read the
No,
second
you
one.
read it
I
too.
read
Okay,
the
about the
second
feather duster?
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the wheelchair
And the
swing
wheelchair.
and the accommodations. I just, but he asked me questions that isn't, say asked me questions about transportation, which would be a normal question for someone who's wheelchair bound.
There's
and
a
it's not
normal
sexually,
question.
yeah, it's not in the sexual nature. And he asked me about, do they have elevators? Is there only stairs? Things like that. So there are some questions that he put forward on the second email that are more pertaining to his living standards here and not specifically to his sexual needs.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I don't get it. I mean, it's just, some of it seems real and some of it is just too far out there for me.
But the thing is the whole contact information that he gave you.
All of it.
And wanted to
Phone
talk to you in
numbers,
person.
Skype, email, I have everything. I have not contacted him. I don't plan on contacting him. This is a person I would not consider ever being
He's definitely not an Orville.
responding to.
Yeah.
Shut up. Stop looking at me with those eyes. I tried to read it to Carolyn, my fiance, and she blustered and ran out of the room before I even got halfway through the first letter. Okay? And he goes, "What's wrong with you Americans?"
But he's not American.
No, he's Great Britain.
He's from Britain.
Well, she was talking to me because I'm American. What's wrong with you Americans? Ran out of the room.
Yeah, what comes to my mind is when I think about the sex tourist type of stuff is Thailand, is Bangkok,
Yeah.
Pattaya, places like that.
Pattaya,
I mean, the
Pattaya,
Philippines is known to have beautiful women, younger women, age gap, all that happy
Yeah,
stuff.
but they're
that
more
people-
into long-term relationships. They're not in the...
That's more of that gist.
Yeah.
I'm taking this as just a fun video and a fun story and something that we'll never know. It'll never have a conclusion as to
Is
whether
it true
was
or
real
not?
Yeah.
Right.
We'll never know because I'm not going to investigate it.
Right,
I definitely wouldn't Skype him.
right. And so what
Well,
else?
God only knows
Okay,
what
we've
he
read
said.
the letter. We got through that. Is there anything else of
What's going on with you?
substance that we
Me?
can talk
Yeah.
about here with
Let's
everybody?
see what's going on. I'm going to Bohol.
You're going to Bohol.
The first time. I never traveled. And Carolyn's birthday, she's going to be the ripe old age of 33.
Woo.
Woo. And we're going to go, for her birthday, I rented a resort for 5 days, right on the beach on the east side of Bohol. We take the ferry into Tagbilaran,
Tagbilaran.
and then I rent a car. I have a car reserved, and we're taking Einstein, my Shih Tzu dog, with us, which was a big rigmarole. Take a dog on a ferry.
Which is my dog's brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, my little dog
Yeah.
Yippee. That's
the brother.
They came from the same litter.
Same father, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Now, is it a big deal taking a dog on a ferry?
it's not difficult, but you have to follow a procedure. So you have to get something for your local vet. He obviously had to have the shots that he needed,
Right.
Okay.
rabies shots and other things, and he has to be healthy. And then you need to get something for the veterinarian, which is good for 3 days, to file with an online government agency here, okay? And then they give you 7 days to use that on a ferry. So timing is everything. So she's going today. Today happens to be Thursday. She's going today to get the 3-day, get the veterinary approval that he could travel. He had his shots and everything. And you also have to have his book. You know, they have a little, I don't know what to call it, but a dog book that shows all the shots and things. And then you upload a picture of the dog. Like she'll do that tomorrow, Friday. So because we leave on Sunday, but they're not open on Saturday, Sunday. You have to get the approval. So on Friday, tomorrow, she'll upload the picture of the dog, the full veterinary book, whatever it is, and the release for the dog, and to the government agency, and then they will get. That's what they fly. Go away. They will give us 7 days pass to put the dog on a ferry. Okay, that's the first start. Okay, now you have to go down when you go on the ferry, and they give you back an approval within an hour or two. if everything's okay. Assuming everything's okay, we could take the dog. We'll know tomorrow afternoon. Okay?
Now, what if you can't take the dog?
I have neighbors that'll watch the dog.
Oh, okay.
But Carolyn would be very upset because this dog and Carolyn are.
Now, have you made arrangements with the hotel?
Yes, the hotel knows the dog's coming, and we talk to them. We send them pictures to the hotel, and they're okay with it.
Okay.
We had to find a pet-friendly hotel, and then you go to the where the dock is, where the ferry is, and the dog has to be in a cage. Now,
Yes.
I went down there and spoke to him and showed him the basket, like a baby basket, like you would carry a stroller, but the basket comes out of the stroller and it closes with a screen and locks, has a little simple lock and Velcro. So they said that'd be okay. You don't have to have a metal box. You don't have to a metal cage. So they said that'll be okay because it's a small dog, and it said as long as it's not aggressive. And Einstein's the opposite of aggressive. He's just too friendly.
Right.
Okay. He'll lick you to death. And
Right.
and then I don't believe there's a fee, but they just want to approve it before you go on. And they keep the dog in an air-conditioned separate room. And I don't even think they charge. But I'll know more when I go there. I forgot to ask them that.
I have a friend that just did it, and they didn't charge anything.
They didn't charge anything.
And they didn't ask for any paperwork. They just wanted to make sure the
I've
dog
heard
was in
that
the
too.
cage.
Another
But-
person we know, Jack, had two pets. One was a
Right.
pig, one was a dog. And he went through the whole rigmarole for both of them and went through the government, got everything, and then they never asked for anything. He drove his car onto the ferry and took the dog in his backpack and the pig and walked up and was in with a rung of the other people with a dog and a pig. And nobody said anything to him. So it's
just depends.
typical Philippines, you know.
How long is the trip from here to Bohol?
2 hours.
Is it a straight shot?
Yeah.
Not when I'm leaving. I'm leaving at 6 a.m., 6:30. So it's going to stop off at the island.
Siquijor. That's what I heard. That it goes.
Stop
First
at-
goes to
But
Siquijor.
the later one, the one you leave.
The one at 10
the one
is
10
straight
or 11,
across.
1 and 11 is 2 hours straight.
Yeah.
So it might be 2 hours and 20 minutes. About 20 minutes
Yeah,
stop
it's
at
about
Siquijor.
that.
So,
Okay.
but it's not a big deal because it's air conditioned. And they said that Carolyn could be with the dog. So they'll let her bring a chair in there and just, the dog has to stay in that room. Now there might be other animals, there may not, because I don't know how many people on a ferry. It's the express ferry. There's probably 100,
Sometimes 100, yeah,
100
or
people.
more.
So it may be nobody else has an animal. It may be all by himself, you know.
So it doesn't take cars on that ferry.
This ferry does not take cars.
Okay.
On the one that Jack took, it takes cars. They didn't check anything.
Yeah, the
But
fast
this is
boat,
this
no
is the
car.
fast express one, which is 2 hours. Otherwise, it takes a very long time to get there on the other ferry.
Now the one with the row, the one with the cars and the trucks
Yeah,
and all
slower.
that, how long does that take?
Forever.
Like 8 hours or something?
What I was told, it's actually cheaper to fly.
Is that right?
Yeah, the cost of doing it on the slow boat with a car and animals would cost more than if you just took a flight and had the animal in a cage in the air.
Can you fly from here to Bohol though?
Yeah.
No, I think they go to Cebu.
Oh,
first.
yeah, you got to go to
They go to
Cebu
Cebu
first,
first and then
the
to Bohol.
Tagbilaran.
Welcome
Yeah.
to the Philippines.
And I think
I've always wanted to go to Bohol, but I'm not a fan of ferries. I would take the fast craft. I would be the guy that took the one at 11 o'clock and wanted to go, later, and then rent scooters, I guess, or you're renting a car.
I rented a car in Tagbilaran.
Yeah, and you can sit inside air conditioning on that fast boat, or you can go to the next level up,
have business
and
class.
then it's very nice because it's got a good breeze up there and stuff.
It's about 20, just to average it out for U.S. dollars. It's $20 to be in the open air seats, and about another 10 to have air-conditioned business class
Right.
per person. $30. Okay, one way.
All right.
However, I don't like being enclosed.
I
I'd
don't
rather
either.
have the air.
Yeah.
So even though it might be warm,
Yeah, I
if
went
the boat's
upstairs.
moving, if the thing's moving and it's fast craft, I'm going to get breeze. I like that better. So I went in the open air for $20 a person, and the dog will be in the air-conditioned room. And because it's not the big ferry with ships and stuff, it's not a bunch of different levels.
Right,
Okay,
right.
It's smaller.
Right.
And so possibly the dog will be on the same level as us.
Okay, and you just got back from Bohol,
Right.
and Jack invited you over.
Right.
Our friend Jack, and he had you over for what, 2 or 3 days?
Yeah, we were over there 4 days and
4
then
days.
came back. Yep.
But Jack moved from Bohol back to here.
Yeah, back here. Yeah.
Now, why was that?
He had a bad experience.
Okay.
You might want to do a story on that, but his
Okay,
problem
that's
was
just that's
You
just
couldn't go poop in his house.
I don't want to talk about someone's personal life without talking to them
he had a
first.
Yeah.
problem with the place that he had rented.
Right.
And he had to leave, and they didn't have another place.
Okay.
And it wasn't working out. And so he moved there I'm not sure about the furniture because I know he's talking about moving all his furniture and everything, and it's going to cost a lot of money. He moved there, and within 3 or 4 months, he was back in Dumageddon. He likes it better in Dumageddon.
Got a beautiful house over here now.
Yeah, he's.
I do.
He's a very
What I'm
nice
hearing
place.
the most aggravation, and I'm seeing it myself because I've tried to find it myself, is renting apartments or houses out here.
Oh yeah, it's
The
tough.
biggest hassle is
Yeah.
guys go, they look, it's 35,000 pesos, which is a fair amount of money.
Right.
And they go in
Well, what is that
and
in
it's
dollars? You gotta put it in
six,
dollars.
$700,
Yeah.
call it, in that neighborhood at least. Depends on the exchange rate. But they go in and it's like old. It's like 20 years old, and it's kind of run down, and they're just going for all the money. And now I'm starting to see more and more places like where Hawkeye rented, which
Beautiful
is
place.
really
Brand
beautiful, brand new.
Dual pane glass.
Every pool,
everything
the whole,
brand new.
The whole enchilada. He's
Beautiful.
paying about that, I think.
Yeah, 35.
Right? 35. So they're there. I would say that if anybody was coming out here, or if the builders out here started building modern apartment buildings or complexes, that they would go in a heartbeat. They
Yeah.
wouldn't last 24 hours.
I get a lot of
Yeah.
foreigners that
Jeez.
contact me because of the ebook, which hopefully can
I could put a link in.
put a link in. It'll be a
He's
link.
got his ebook, which is for, was it like Dumageddon for Dummies or something like
Dumageddon
that?
for Dummies is the book. It's 35 pages long. It has all the information about Dumageddon and the Philippines and how a newbie can come over here. The best flights, the best places to go, things like that. It's applicable to anywhere in the Philippines, technically. It does have some specific phone numbers in there for fire, rescue, police. It's only Dumageddon, and it speaks about the specific places to go eat or where to get a
Right.
motorbike. Can I put a plug in?
You can do anything you want.
Can I strip naked? I can
No.
but Peter will love it. So, but they won't. You'll lose.
And I'm sitting
members.
next to you.
Yeah, you'll lose members. Carolyn, I'm setting Carolyn up in a new business, my fiance, and it's renting motorbikes. Okay, her last name is Filipino, so it's Filipino Motorbike Rentals, and it's in the ebook, of course. We don't have everything for everybody. Somebody wanted an NMAX, which is Yamaha, and I told them I was going to say where to go, but that would be the right way. I told them where they could find it, okay,
Right,
at a good price. So I do know other people in the business, but we do have. She does very well. She's been doing very good. She's a smart girl, so she's done it all on computer, all the breakdown of the costs and who rents it and contract to sign and all that. So it's in her name because I can't obviously run a business. I'm a tourist.
Right.
But she's a citizen, so she can run it.
Sure.
And she gets the license and all that. So
Sure. Yeah, the
anyway,
ebook I think is good to help you have a softer landing. In other words, what Goldfinger will put in there is some hotels, I believe.
I got all that information.
Okay, hotels, where to rent a bike.
How much
not
does it
just
cost?
his,
where to
but
go
other-
to see like Forest Camp and all the other places.
where we're at today,
Restaurants.
where Forest Camp
Sigihor,
is that you've heard about.
Darwin, Bacong, Valencia, not just anything surrounding Dumageddon. But there's also other information that's good about how to get here. That's way to get. That's like I said, flights and other information, transportation, ferries, things like that.
And you have to keep in mind that all that information is constantly in flux.
Right.
Especially about the
So-
flights, the ferries thing might change. Immigration is going through all these
Immigration
changes right
I
now.
go through the whole visa and immigration bureau, all that.
You still don't have a driver's license.
I cannot
because
get one
You
yet.
can't get one. Here's the quandary. Got to show 6 months in your book,
visa.
right?
6
On
month
your
visa.
They don't issue 6-month
No,
visas
2-month
anymore.
visas now.
Only 2 months.
Yep.
So if like guys like Goldfinger wants to go get a driver's license so he can be legal, can't get one because the one is contradicting the other. He goes in with the visa, even though he may have 3 extensions.
Right.
They don't accept
They won't
that.
accept that. They want full
want a
6
one
months.
full 6
Now,
months.
You can get one
pay-
online.
You can, no, you can't anymore.
Not anymore?
No more.
Oh, wow.
It's not available. Everybody
Okay.
thinks, they tell stories that, if you go to Manila, you'll get it. No, you
No,
cannot get it. It's not
okay.
available. I checked on it. I called.
All right.
But there are fixers, which is the best word to use, a fixer. And
Well,
if you pay
let's
them money,
put it this way: there's people, there's people that can assist you in getting whatever it
fix the
is
problem.
that you need. and take your problem, and for a fee, they can help you navigate
Yes.
the system.
They can
That's how
fix
I'd
it.
like to word
Okay.
it. Okay.
So there are people that fix the problem and help you, but you have to pay them for their time
Sure.
and contact.
As you would pay a realtor to take
Right,
you
or
out and
whatever,
show you
right.
around, blah, blah, blah.
You're
All right.
comparing a fixer to a realtor, sure. Okay. Yeah.
okay.
So, anyway, it's next.
I think I am going to have to.
A lot of
edit
people
this
always say
video.
they
Yeah.
can't. A lot of people say they can't find me. So it's Goldfinger the Gold Man with a number 1. Goldfinger the Gold Man with a 1 at gmail.com. That's my email. Okay, and if you send me a request, I'll send you back the book. There's no charge for the book. It's free.
And we're going to end it here. If you have any sexual proclivities,
Don't contact me.
remember that email, okay?
Do not
if you
contact
need to
me.
know about sex shops,
Ask
or
Paul.
if
Ask
you
Paul.
need
No,
to know
no.
about
Stop it.
flaccid
No.
and
I do know where to get. I do
Here
know
we
where
go.
to get Viagra cheap. It's an offbeat brand, and it is really well does work. And I just found out where to get honey, real honey. You got to be really careful here. When you buy honey, it's usually fructose, sugar water with coloring. I found an
Right.
actual source of honey. Okay, and I went online and found out how you test for it. And I tested it, and all the other stuff is either watered down or it's fructose. But this is actual honey. And I'm thinking I could provide it to. It's not very expensive. It's like half a liter. I don't know what a half a liter is in U.S. measurement, but
I don't
anyway, I
either.
forgot. It's been too long already. But a half a liter, and it's like 400 pesos. But it's real honey.
all right.
And it's
Well,
genuine.
I'm really curious as to the feedback on this video. I'm curious if YouTube is going to demonetize it, or if they're going to flag it, or if they're going to allow it.
Oh, they'll
I
flag
mean,
it.
or I'll see what happens.
Hopefully you get
either
to
way,
see it.
I'll upload it, and we'll just let it rock and roll.
Yeah.
This is probably the raciest we've ever gotten on the channel, and we try to keep it clean. We try to keep it funny. We try to keep it relevant. But this email, we just thought it was so comical and so off the hook and so far out there. Just for me to think that a guy would sit down and write such an email and ask these questions
That's right.
is,
Okay.
I would never, I don't know. Just to a perfect stranger. So, I don't know. Let's hear
Enjoy.
it from you in the comments.
It's all
And,
for entertainment purposes only.
yes, it's for entertainment purposes only, exactly.
Don't get any bad ideas. I would say most of that is not available in the Philippines. Let me put that out there. It should not be. And
Yeah,
will
you
look,
know what? That's true. There are no sex shops out here.
No.
There are no.
And don't expect
I don't
your
know of any-
Filipina woman to do most of the things that he had asked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
They're very religious and very
And
proper.
you know what confuses me is that he seems to put on there. I know this is going long, that he's already getting this gratification wherever he's at. He found a masseuse somewhere. He said, didn't he?
Yeah, that she gives him anal
she
pleasure.
take
and all
care
that
of
mess.
his prostate or whatever the deal is.
I'm wondering
And
if
it's
he
like,
just
why
got.
is he coming over here?
I'm wondering if he just wanted to make a statement, write a letter to anybody, and that's what excites him.
Could be.
It's just weird. It's just
It
weird
could be. It could
that
be.
he was so open about it. It's just weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's a weirdo. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Peter, but you're a weirdo. I'm not going to respond to you. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now. If you happen to see this and you're watching Paul Old Dog videos, Peter, don't friend request me.
Yeah.
Okay, please don't.
No more, we don't need Peter to talk about his Peter anymore.
No more.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, kids, we're going to end it on that upbeat note. And we'll see you, hopefully, after this.
I wonder if you're going to lose membership.
Let's see how far
Or
down
will
we
it
Let's
get.
see how many subscribers
There's
drop.
60 girls on this. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, this is going to be my death toll right here.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys
We'll put it
later.
down. Bye, guys. Be well.